I experienced something more real than earth, heaven or hell, and something beyond any religion. Anna ceased to exist. I experienced the void that is the mind of the infinite creator, the void from which the light was created. I then experienced the light that is the eternal love of the infinite creator. The mind of God is devastating. The light of God is pure bliss. We are both. We are pure loving awareness. Anything else is a distortion. I was the void. Imagine floating alone in pitch-black empty space, for all eternity, no stars, no body, just pure consciousness, never ceasing to exist in the infinitely vast eternal solitude that you are. The mind of God is without being, and yet without it, nothing would be. The mind of God is pure consciousness longing for all eternity. The mind of God has no other choice but to exist. It never ceases to expand and evolve. It never ceases to want to know itself better. It is creating for all eternity. The longing never ends. Constant yearning is the epic tragedy of its existence. We are all, everything is, a meditation of the mind of God. Morally, the mind of God does not care what we create, only that we do it consciously. It is up to us to create what we want to create. Pain and pleasure, agony and ecstasy, are all the same to the mind of God. It is in an eternal state of orgasm. Then there is the light. The light is the eternal love of God, pure loving bliss. It is what we call oneness or source. We actually never left it. We are the light of God. We are pure love. Anything else is a distortion. Even the heaven where all the angels and saints exist, is a beautiful distortion because the illusion of separation is still there. We are loved more than we can possibly imagine. We are worthy because we exist. The light of God is truly the love of God. She is source. She is his twin flame. It is a love of epic proportion. Love has always been and always will be. When the light that is the love of God was created, it was just a separation from oneness. The Big Bang is the result of the first thought, the original question, who am I? This thought implies that there is anything other than oneself. The ultimate answer is, I am. Source will eventually reach critical mass, become greater than the sum of its parts, implode into nothingness, and the mind of God will be one again with the love of God. We are here experiencing the illusion of separation to create heaven on earth. It can only happen through us. What we perceive as outside of ourselves is actually within us, a reflection of us. Heaven is a side effect of enlightenment/self-realization. Everything is God experiencing itself with different levels of consciousness and permanence. Everything is conscious and everything is love. Every photon, atom, molecule, cell, rock, plant, animal, planet, star, etc. Our sun is an ascended being. Its rays are the physical manifestation of the love it has for all creation. It burns because its love is that intense, yet we cannot live without it. We are as precious as the stars. We may think angels and other beings are greater than ourselves. In reality, we have given up our wings so that we may attain mastery through perceived limitation. It's all a magnificent divine orchestration. It took an eternity and the help and sacrifice of all the angels, saints and ascended masters, the contribution of DNA from several alien races. An evolution through countless incarnations and reincarnations of everything in existence to create the vessel that is the human body, mind and soul. Humanity is the ultimate creation. Ultimately, knowing none of this matters, except for strengthening one's spiritual practice and how we show up in the world. If there were only one way, there would be only one of us. The paradox is, there is only one of us. Just as you are seeking to know yourself better, so is God. When we become self-realized, so does God. The eternal longing of the mind of God becomes eternal peace when humanity ascends/self-actualizes. This is where the unbearable yearning stops. I no longer ask, who am I, or why do I exist? I now ask, what do I want to create? My answer is nothing less than heaven on earth. Do you want to end the epic tragedy of separation from self? Do you want to reunite in eternal bliss? Do you want to be able to see through the veil of illusion? Do you want to create heaven on earth? Love all, be of joyful service and find your daily spiritual practice, whatever brings you closer to God. The pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. It's actually ecstatic. All one needs to do is show genuine will, and one will be met by unimaginable grace and compassion. It's so easy, yet so few of us actually do it. The only way to end the constant yearning of the mind of God is to end the cycle of reincarnation. The only way one can end the cycle of reincarnation is to become enlightened. The fastest, most painless way one can reach enlightenment is through the discipline of spiritual practice. One can become more conscious/loving and aware as the result of enlightenment, or one can become enlightened as the result of being more conscious/loving and aware. Grace eventually leads us all in the right direction. Humanity will succeed. We are not alone and we will not be allowed to fail. Why do you think enlightened beings who are able to leave their bodies on demand are still with us? Why do you think beings who were conscious in the womb chose to reincarnate? Why would anyone who is capable of experiencing nirvana choose not to? Once one has seen beyond the veil of illusion, there is no greater joy than oneness. These beings have made the ultimate sacrifice to be of service. These beings temporarily gave up nirvana so that God may become self-realized. Self-actualization is the most selfless, most selfish thing one can do. Divine will is to be pure love and awareness. Free will is to be anything, including that which is not pure love and awareness. Free will is also known as the law of confusion. It is a self-imposed test. And then there's yoga. We are literally making love with God with every breath. That's 20,000 times a day. Why not be more present with your lover? I try to practice Kriya Yoga, conscious breath focused on the spine, ceaselessly as I go about my day. It is subtle, yet immensely powerful. The more you do it, the more you and your world transforms around you. Kriya Yoga is known as the lightning path because it is the safest, fastest way to enlightenment. It will allow you to embody more of the light that is the pure love of God so that you may emanate it and transform everything in your awareness. We have all eternity to do what we will, but please, for the love of God, love yourself and others, be of joyful service and find your discipline. There has never been a more auspicious time for self-actualization than now. Thank you from all of creation.